Hi, I'm Abby Mashmet.
And I'm Anthony Mashmet. We're from Dwell Development, and we are sitting in our historical home that we built back in 2008. Dwell Development is a residential, sustainable, high-performance builder in the city of Seattle, and we build net zero energy homes. So this particular home is very, very special to Abby and I because we built this together back in 2008, right before the downturn, and we built it in a completely different fashion than what we normally build.
We built it to emulate a Victorian that we had lived in for 8 years on Beacon Hill. And we took every little piece that we loved about that home and put it into this home, and then added all of the creature comforts that one needs to live in 2008 and beyond.
We poured a lot of our heart and soul and love into this home, and we raised our family here for 15 years. And this will be the first time this home is going on the market, and we are proud to present it and share with you some of the features and specialness of this house that you guys can hopefully cherish as well.
We spent about 3 years collecting found objects to incorporate into this home, and we want to show you some of them.
Let's go take a look.
Hello, come on inside. This door we got from New York City. It's from the Gilded Age. It was something that I found online and had shipped out here by way of New Jersey. It's from the late 1800s.
Check this out. On hot days, you open up the glass, you still have a closed door and you have ventilation in. So it's a really unique feature that we've never seen in a door before. Okay, the next feature we want to share with you are these parlor doors that came from St. Louis. And these are also turn-of-the-century doors that were from an old tavern, I believe. And what we want to do is create this feeling of, again, having a traditional house. We even carried in the resemblance of an old sheer wall made of brick. So this element goes all the way up through the house to make people feel like this house really is a true Victorian. We even added these traditional pocket doors to separate the formal dining room to the living room, and it creates separation and privacy when you want to have those separate conversations.
All of the light fixtures we spent about 3 years curating and finding on eBay that we've put in every spot. They're all rewired and up to current code standards, but they give the house a feel of age.
And in doing so, keeping with the tradition of a Victorian home, we have the push-button knobs that you would see in an old knob and tube wired house. But as you push them, you will see that the lights go on and they actually are dimmers as well. So these are code-compliant, traditional push-button knobs that we've never seen in another house before. And I think that makes this house really special. As you can see, more pocket doors that separate the formal dining room from the kitchen. And what we want to talk about in this entire house are these floors. These are old bleacher board floors that we reclaimed out of Oregon State University Research Stadium when they remodeled it back in the, early 2000s.
Not only that, at Dwell, our mission has always been to have sustainability, also to embody the message of reusing. So we repurposed the floors because we felt like that was the right thing to do. Rather than pull floors out of the new forest, we used what was already here. We added picture rail to fool people because in old Victorian homes they had plaster and lath, and one couldn't hang their pictures on the actual plaster and lath. So you'd have to buy a special hook in order to hang any kind of photographs or pictures you wanted to add. And though we didn't actually utilize them, it was a pretty feature that we wanted to take from our old Victorian home and add to this new Victorian home.
Okay, carrying on with the little details and the subtleness that went into a Victorian home is the door hardware. These are old, reclaimed crystal knob door hardware that we put on all the doors. We even brought the detail to the hinges. These are traditional Victorian style door hinges that go on every door, and though most people don't see them when the doors are shut, when you open up, it's that subtle little eye to detail that most people catch as they pass by.
Though most people didn't have primary bathrooms like this, we knew that bringing this house into the next millennial, we needed to have a big bathroom that was sort of that our family could use if they needed, and we had this big shower, and all of the marble we used was Carrara because we know that Carrara is timeless, and though we built the house in 2008, this has stood the test of time, and we'll move on right into the next generation.
Well, again, focus on details of an old house. are beams. And a lot of times in new construction, like we built this house, it has real wood glulam beams that are structurally sound. But we wanted to emulate old beams, and so we grabbed these old skins from a warehouse down in Oregon, and we wrapped all the beams in the entire house with old fir skins from a warehouse in Oregon.
The turret was one of the most important exterior features that we brought from our old home here, and it's one of the quintessential features of a Victorian home. It's the round spot in a home that looks like a tower. And we decided we wanted to have a turret, that we must have a turret in order to really make this a Queen Anne Victorian. So we brought it here, and it was no small feat because obviously carpenters aren't familiar with working with round anymore. So we had to soak and scribe all of the millwork in this room.
Okay, as we talked about building an old Victorian home, we had to have creature comforts of a new comfortable home. So we started with speakers, inline speakers throughout the house that all have their own volume control. We added in-wall vacuum systems so the house can stay clean, even though we don't have any carpets. Abby loves to vacuum. And then the heating of the house is all in-floor radiant heat throughout. So every floor, every inch of the floor has in-floor radiant hydronic heat, which is really, really comfortable. And to top it all off, the rooftop deck, the view deck of the Seafair, of Lake Washington, of downtown Seattle. This really was a fun place to hang out in the summer days and enjoy the views and the sun.
It's an eagle's nest that you can see the lake, you can see the city, and you can appreciate all that Seattle has right from your very own spot in Columbia City.